morning and welcome back to this week's video. If you are new here, my name is Millie, and if you are not new here, it is so nice to see you back again. For today's video, I thought I would do a 6 a.m, not even really just a morning routine, my 6 a.m. day routine pretty much. So waking up in the morning right through my whole day. So this year I've really been trying to focus on being more productive, and one of the things that I was kind of like slacking off at the start of the year but I've really like drilled into my head the last couple of weeks is waking up super early. And actually, to be completely honest, most days I've been waking up at 5:30 and my body's definitely getting back into that routine now where I am waking up before my alarm. But today I let myself have a tiny bit of a lie-in and I woke up at 6 a.m. instead of 5:30. Now 6 a.m. is probably a lot of you thinking that is still really early, but I have always naturally been a morning person, so I don't tend to struggle that much waking up quite early. Now, the reason I decided to give myself a little lie-in this morning was because last night I actually kind of stayed up later than I would usually stay up. One, because I was FaceTiming my mum, and then secondly, after I was finished FaceTiming my mum, I was on the phone to my best friend from primary school who... she and I are doing something really exciting later this year, and we are basically just on the phone trying to plan for this thing that we are doing, which you guys will find out later in the year. So her and I basically just needed to have a chat. We needed to look at some things, organize some things. So yeah, it was just like a really exciting evening, but because of the time difference, because she lives in the UK, I just didn't end up getting to bed till quite late. One of the things that I have told myself for 2025 is I really want to level up, I guess, and just like stop wasting time. I feel like that's one of my really bad habits is I can so easily just sit on my phone and doom scroll or watch TV or like just basically not be that productive, and it's one of the things that really annoys me about myself sometimes. So one of my goals for this year is to really put a focus on being productive. So last year, one of my goals was actually to try and read 52 books, and I didn't quite get there last year. I did like 40 something books last year, but I felt like because I was trying to read so much, I almost maybe wasn't enjoying it as much. Like I was sort of forcing myself to read. So the thing that I told myself this year is I can read like however much fiction I want to read, but I want to read at least one non-fiction book a month. And we're actually just now in the start of February, and so I finished my January book, and this is the book that I was reading in January. So it's called Level Up by Rob Dial, and I actually kind of just randomly came across him on a podcast with Jay Shetty. It was only a short one, I think, but I just really liked some of the things that he was saying, so I bought his book, and it literally kind of like tied in perfectly with my aims for this year, because it's about getting focused, stop procrastinating, and upgrade your life. So I just finished that yesterday, and yeah, I really enjoyed it actually. And the key takeaway that I had from this book was basically he talks about we all kind of fall into this trap of writing a to-do list that's like this long with like tons and tons of things on it. Sometimes even we add things on our to-do list just to be like something to tick off. And he said that you end up spending so much time on tasks that aren't actually contributing to like your success, whether that's like work, business, social life, like whatever your goals are, that you basically have just wasted all your time and you really are just procrastinating. So one of the things he talks about in this book is to pick 3 things every single day that are going to be the biggest contributors to your success, and make sure you get those done every day before you move on to anything else. So I've been doing that this week and I've been really enjoying it, and I've found that it really does help me stay way more productive and making sure I'm getting like the biggest, most important, not even the biggest, but the most important tasks done every day. So anyway, that is my little ramble for the morning. Like I said, I'm trying to be productive, so today is going to be a productive day. I've already gone through my morning routine. I have gone and done, I actually didn't do my food shop, but I picked up my food shop because, as you guys know, if you have watched a video before, I like to do my food shop online, so I actually don't have to go to the supermarket. So I did that already this morning. I've been kind of debating whether or not I go out for a bike ride today, because yesterday I actually did a bike ride when I wasn't meant to. So today, and then I had to wash my hair because I also went swimming yesterday. So I kind of don't want to go out on a bike today because I don't want to have to wash my hair again. But I'm just going to see how I feel, to be honest. If I have like time and I'm bored or whatever later, then I definitely will get out on the bike. So my first task of the day is I'm out on my hot girl walk, getting my steps in. But I'm actually heading to go and buy my tri-suit, which is kind of exciting. There's a shop in Paddington, which is like a half-hour-ish walk from where I live, so I'm walking there now. I'm going to buy a tri-suit. I actually kind of debated whether or not I wanted to buy a tri-suit because it's going to cost me about like $200, and like honestly I might never do a triathlon again after this first triathlon, so I kind of didn't want to spend the money on it. But I've been researching and everyone has been saying that I do need one, so that's on the agenda for this morning. So they've got a few different styles. I really like this colourful one. They've got an all black, and I also like that colourful one over there. I'm gonna try on a couple in a second and just see what I think of the fit. So this is the first one that I have tried on. I think I'm gonna go for colour rather than the black so that I can stand out and it's easy for like Stephen or whoever to spot me when I'm racing. But yeah, this is what it looks like. It feels really weird wearing it, to be honest. Kind of like, not to be TMI, but obviously it has like padding here and like on the bum cheeks, and it kind of feels like you're wearing a sanitary towel. I also really like this one here, but unfortunately it is too small for me, so I couldn't even get it on, to be honest. But I love the colours of this one, and I also kind of like that it's got little sleeves too. But anyway, I'm gonna get this one. So I got my tri-suit. I actually managed to get a deal on it because it was meant to be 180, I think, maybe, or something like that. But there was like a very small mark on it, like here, and the guy actually said it's because they've got some issues with the hangers in that shop, and sometimes the hangers leave marks on the clothes. But he took 20% off for me, so that's good. So I only paid like 144, I think, or something like this, which is good. It was good to get a discount. But anyway, it is roasting outside. Like, I was sweating, like actually dripping in sweat. Look how shiny my face is, actually, speaking of being sweaty. So I am going to pop a bikini on and head down to the beach. Now, this wasn't actually initially on the agenda for today, but one of my friends texted me and asked if I wanted to go down to the beach, and it's so bloody warm outside that I need a dip in the cold water. So I'm thinking I will only go down for like a couple of hours because, like I said, I do have productive things that I want to do today. But of course, you need to have a social life as well as just being productive. Back from the beach. I didn't film anything down at the beach because I honestly didn't do very much there. I was just down there with I was down there with Ryan and then some people that I haven't actually met before. One of the things, I also just picked up some ice lollies because it's roasting today and I needed something to cool me down. I've said to myself that I'm going to make some more friends this year. Now, I absolutely love all the friends I already have here in Sydney, but you know, it just never hurts to have a few more friends, and I would love to meet people that are like super spontaneous, like ready just to, I can text them in the morning and be like, hey, you want to do this today? Preferably, I reckon people that kind of live closer to me, because one of the problems I have is that a lot of my friends aren't super close, so then it's like, you know, or that people are busy, right? So you've got to like plan for things, and I kind of just want to be able to text someone in the morning, be like, hey, what are you doing today? Sort of like this morning, like Ryan literally just texted me and said, hey, do you want to go to the beach? And so I went to the beach with him. So that's like one of my things. I'm trying to like put myself a little bit more out of my comfort zone this year. On the agenda now for this afternoon, I don't know why I'm waving this ice lolly around like a mad woman, but I'm gonna eat this. I am going to meal prep before I shower, I think, because I don't know about you, but sometimes I find that when you're like cooking and obviously everything gets hot, sometimes I want to have another shower again after cooking. So I'm going to cook some meal preps, shower, and then crack on actually with a little bit of work that I have to get done. So that's my plan for the afternoon. I have no idea what time it is. I think it's like 3 or 4 or something in the afternoon. So still got plenty of time to seize the day. Meal prep is done. I also did excuse the tomato sauce that I have on my dress from cooking the meal preps, but meal prep is done. I also did a flat reset. I didn't film that, but I basically just did all the boring stuff like wipe the surfaces, vacuumed, etc. So that is all done. I'm gonna eat my dinner, I'm gonna shower, and then the evening is going to be spent pretty much kind of doing work, to be honest, and getting some bits done. So I'm just going to do a quick skincare routine. So I use this Elemis, this Elemis cleansing balm on my face, and then I actually have an Elemis toner as well, which is like, this is almost empty, so I do need to buy a new one, but pretty much I feel like you have to use this after you've had like sun cream on your face all day, which is like every day in Australia. You need to get it off, otherwise I feel like I break out, and I feel like here I've been getting really bad spots and breakouts recently, so I feel like my skin needs like an extra deep clean. It was so hot down at the beach today, like almost like unbearably hot. The weird thing about Australia, right, today it said it was only 25 degrees, but it genuinely felt like it was somewhere in the mid 30s. Like it was so, so, so hot. And actually whilst we were at the beach today, they did an announcement over the speakerphones, like the lifeguard tower, saying that there were hundreds of blue bottles in the ocean, and basically the lifeguard said if you don't want to get stung by a blue bottle, don't go in the sea, pretty much. Because apparently loads of people were getting stung. So luckily I did not go in the sea, because actually I thought today the sea looked really, really, really calm, so I was contemplating it. Just finished up my work for the day. Stephen is actually still out at the minute, but I needed to ask you guys something, right? Does anybody else live with a boy and they never put away the tea towels? The other day I came into this living room, there were five tea towels just across the sofa, and I'm literally like, what are you doing with 5 tea towels? What do you use a tea towel for in the first place, apart from drying your hands, right? I just don't understand. Anyway, there is one out at the minute. So not as bad as usual, but I think that's actually just because all of our other ones I washed, because there was 5 of them on the sofa, and I'm like, why on earth do we have 5 tea towels out at once? I feel like, I don't know about if this is like a universal thing or this is just my boyfriend, because I've never experienced this before and I just don't understand it. I think I will close off the video for this evening now. If you did make it to the end, thank you so much for watching. I'm basically just gonna spend the rest of my evening watching TV. So it's really not that exciting, so I'm obviously not gonna film myself doing that. But we're actually watching a show at the minute called Severance, which has been really good. It's kind of like a bit slow to get into, but we're now like a few episodes in and it's been really good. So I will actually have to wait for Stephen to come home. The show I've been watching by myself is The OC though, so I'll probably just watch a little bit of The OC and then I will be going to bed basically, because the thing is, when you wake up at like 5:30 or 6, you have to get an early night. So I usually like to be in bed by like 8:30 and asleep by 9. So anyway, if you did make it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.